Let me recap, okay? So first my requirement is what you know. Okay, my requirement is like go to Amazon page, amazon.in. This is the domain name. Go to registration, go to registration. Just I want to develop this kind of registration page. If you want to develop this kind of registration page, which concepts are required in React, which concepts you have to learn in React, you need to prepare this template, right? If you want to prepare this template, you need to learn some of the client-side technology, which is loaded inside the browser. Tell me some client-side technologies, what you know. Some client-side technologies. Client-side technologies. We have
HTML.
Okay, we have Angular, we have Vue. Basically, client-side technologies, okay, HTML, CSS, and JS. On top of JS, these all are like libraries or framework. On top of JS only, React they built as a library. On top of JS only, Angular they built as a framework. Vue also they built. Okay, so using HTML and CSS JavaScript, I can prepare some templates. I can make it like look and feel. I can perform some actions which are loaded inside the browser, which are loaded inside the browser. So that you should know HTML and CSS and JavaScript. But nowadays, no one use directly HTML and CSS and JavaScript core concepts. On top of JavaScript, there has some libraries are there. That's the reason people are using these libraries. If you use like React internally, okay, we are going to use like what? HTML we are going to use, CSS we are going to use to write the business logic, JavaScript also we are going to use. So if you know one of the client-side technology, either React or Angular or Vue, by using that client-side technology, you can prepare this particular template, okay, which is loaded inside the browser or not. Any one of the client-side technology, not only React. Okay, Angular also you can use, Vue also you can use, EXTJS, you can use any one of the clients and technology, you can use it and you can prepare this particular template or not. So as per my requirement, okay, I want to use like React. So using React, I want to prepare this template. In the React, which concepts we are going to use or which concept you have to learn to prepare this template means we have one concept called as a components. Okay, you have to create a component. You have to create a component is nothing but which is used to prepare some templates. Okay, the terminology templates I'm using, right? Template is nothing but, don't think more. Okay, any piece of, okay, any piece of any section which is loaded inside the browser, that section if you want to develop, we can use components in React to develop that particular templates. Okay, we have a website. Okay, there has right side, there has one section of code is there, one template is there. Okay, that particular template I'm going to create or I'm going to develop using components in React. So this website only can take it. Okay, this is one section, right? This is like what? One registration form section. It's like one registration form. And this is one section, one heading section. And this is like a footer section, like three sections you have. Yes or no? This is my heading section, I can say. And this is my registration form section, here to here. And this one is like what? My footer section or not. Overall, three sections we have. All these you can keep inside one component. Otherwise you can create like for every section one component, your wish. How to create the component, we'll see. Okay, as part of our sessions we are going to learn how to create the components. But here general thing, this is like common for any client side technology. Either Angular, you have to create the Angular component. Either it is like React component, Vue component. Okay, this is common for any client side technology, this discussion. So here I can, okay, by seeing this one I can understand like there has three sections, okay, maximum: header section and a registration form section and footer section. So these three sections content or templates I want to create. Header content, header template I want to create. For that purpose I'm going to create in React one component called as a header component. The next one is like registration form. For that purpose I'm going to create one registration component. The next one is like footer. Okay, for that purpose I'm going to create one footer component. So for this particular form How many components maximum is required? Three components. Yes or no? Three components. But can I write all these header, footer, and registration form in a single component? Yes, you can write it. You can write it, no problem at all. But if you write all in a single component, if you divided each and every section like one component, what is the benefit, For example, if you write all in one component called as a registration form. Okay, imagine a register. If I write header and registration and footer, all if you write in a single component, imagine register, it is also work and this one also work. Okay, but which one is like recommended, For example, in another place I want this header section. In another place I want this only header section. Then the time, if you have a separate header section component, directly this component you can use wherever you want or not. But here what happened? Okay, header, register, and footer, okay, all three like tightly coupled or not. Then that time, okay, if I use imagine register, these all rendered or not, these all loaded or not. But you required what in another page? Not registration form, not footer. I don't want those two. I want only header part in another page. Then that time, if you separate each and every section like one component, this particular header wherever you want you can use it or not. But if you tightly coupled everything in a single component, then what happened? I am not able to separate it. Okay, again in the second form you have to write the header or not. That the reason, any requirement, okay, any technology, any UI technology, if they give any requirement, make sure just understand the requirement, which section can I create as a component. You have to analyze that one first. Okay, at this moment it may be used only one time, but in future if you want to use multiple times, that time directly you can use it or not. That the reason, whenever you start development, that time only just each and every section create as like a one component. Either it is a React, either it is an Angular, either it is a Vue, or any other UI related or client side related technologies. Got my point? So which one is recommended one in this one? In this case, you want me to go with the single component or you want me to go with the multiple components? Obviously you have to go with the multiple components or not. So if you want to develop this phase, first of all in React you have to learn how to create the components or not, to prepare the templates. If you learn that concept, at least you can create this form without any actions. You can create this form, one simple static form you can create, one static template you can create or not, if you know about the components how you can create. Understood or not? What is the next one? Once you create the form, okay, I learned components concept, so that I prepared this one. What next? Which component, which concept is required? Come on, which concept is required? Now here imagine this is the form, right? Okay, my form, whenever you enter some data, whenever you enter the data, that data is like a valid format. Okay, that means the data is like valid or not, you have to check it, right? So that here you should know how to create a form. Okay, how to create the input controls. Input controls is nothing but we are going to give some inputs through that particular, okay, elements. Text box is there, radio button is there, checkbox is there, select box is there, okay, file upload, these all are come under input controls only. Whenever you enter the data, whenever you enter the data, this data you have to validate it. If you want to validate the data, first of all you should know how to take the data from the input controls or not. That means you have to create one, okay, text box in React, and you have to take the data whatever you entered, and you have to validate the data. If my validation is like pass, no problem. If my validation is like not working as expected, as you expected, then you should have to show one message like this or not. Yes or no? So which concept you have to learn? Whenever I enter the data, okay, now see, if I remove this one, Okay, whenever I enter some data, see, immediately my error message gone. Okay, if I remove this one, then that time you have to show the error message, but here it's not showing. Okay, now see, if I write like this, not this, if I take write test only, see, if I remove this one, they given like what, please enter the value. If I enter something, see, immediately it's validated like should be in the email format. If I remove this one, and again it's showing like what, please enter value or not. Okay, that kind of validations I want to apply on my input controls. So if you want to apply that kind of validations, okay, which concept is required, which concept you have to learn in React? Come on, which concept? Using components, you created one form. Okay, that means one template you can say. Header template you created, registration form template you created, and footer created. The next one, in the registration form, I have to work. The input control, you enter the data. Okay, I have to take the data. I have to validate it. If it is like fail, you have to show the error message. For that purpose, what kind of concept you have to learn in React? If you do some change here, then that time immediately see, if I remove this one, if I click on this one, enter username, if I enter some value, see that is gone. It means you performing some operations on this particular text box, entering the data or something. Whenever you do some changes in the text box, immediately I want to listen. Okay, I want to validate the data or not. For that purpose, okay, you have to apply some events on this particular text box. Which event? If you do some change, I want to listen. For that purpose, okay, change event or not. So not only change event, you should learn how to handle the events or not. Handle events, handle events in React. Handle events. Okay, tell me some events. What kind of events? Okay, here on change event in this form only. If I click on the verify mobile number, okay, then that time, if I click on the verify mobile number, okay, then that time, come on, then the type on click is the event or not. If I click on this one, okay, it is navigate to some other page. Okay, based on click on the anchor, I want to perform some operation. If you click on this one, it's like a routing, like this. Okay, most of the times change event, click event, this kind of events we are going to use. We'll see the events, but how to handle the events you should learn or not in React. Okay, after that, once you handle the event, next, which event you handle here? Come on. In the text box, which event you handle? On change event, right? On changing, I want to listen those changes. I want to take the data. Now you have the data. What you have to do? Okay. On changing, you have to take the data. If you have the data, you have to validate it or not. So the next one is like you should know how to take the data or not from the input controls. Yes or no? Take the data from input to control. See, it is not specific to one event. Okay, any event you should learn how to handle. Take the data from input control. At this moment you have only text box, only text box. This is one text box, this is one text box, this is also one text box only at this moment. But in future there is multiple input controls we have. Okay, most frequently used input controls, what, text box, the next one is like password field, the next one is like radio, the next one is like, okay, most of the times checkbox, the next one is like select box, the next one is like file upload. Any form you can take these only. Okay, keep on repeating or not. Yes or no? Any web application, any form you can take it. Okay, now you taken the data. What is the next thing you have to learn? What is the next thing you should learn? Come on. Once you take the data, that data, what you have to do? You have to write the validation or not. Now you have to write the validation. See here, create the components. It's completely React related concept. Handle events, completely React related. Okay, JavaScript also we can handle the event, but this is the React application. So you should learn how to handle React events or not. Events in React. The next one is like take the data from the input controls. It is completely React, and write the validations are there. Now, this is completely, this is my business requirement. It is completely we are going to write in JavaScript. Okay, this is not only for React, any programming language, any okay client side programming language you can take it. Okay, if you take Angular, you have to create a component using an Angular. You should know how to handle the events in Angular. You should know how to take the data from the input controls in Angular. But once you have that data in your hand, that data you have to validate for that purpose. Okay, you can use JavaScript. Otherwise, okay, there has third party libraries also there, but we are going to use like a JavaScript. Understood? Once the validation, my form validation, everything is completed, then what is the next step? The mobile number and everything is like verified. What is the next step? Come on, your details stored somewhere, right? Every time no need to register, right? Only first time we are going to register. Next time onwards, just you are going to visit and sign in, right? Visit that website and sign in or not. So first time, whenever you click on the verify mobile number, if everything is like okay, your details stored where your details going to store?
Database.
Your data, okay, in your database, okay, stored. Now directly, is my browser or my client side technologies or my React is directly communicated with the database? Is it having that kind of feature in React? No.
No.
My client side technologies or the technologies which are rendered inside the browser or my browser directly not able to communicate with whom? Directly communicate with whom? Database or
Server.
not? But my final goal is like you have to store the data in the database only. For that purpose, some other person help it is going to take. Now tell me, who who is going to take care of insert or save this data in the database? Some middleware, right? Okay, that middleware, okay, terminology wise, okay, which concept you have to learn? You have to learn one of the server side technology to create the server application or middleware application or not? Yes or no? Okay, which technologies are there? Server side, client side, React, Angular, Vue, and HTML, CSS, JavaScript. That's okay. Server side, which technologies are there to create your middleware application or server side application? By using Java, we can do it. By using
Python, PHP,
Python,
.NET.
PHP, .NET,
right now here,
Salesforce.
okay, as part of our course, we are going to discuss about Node.js with the Express. Express with Node.js. Node with Express. Okay, so you should learn, okay, to create the server side application. Okay, we are going to discuss like Node. Okay, you should learn Node. The next one, once you learn Node, my Node application is going to communicate with whom? With my database, right? To perform some DB operations. So you should learn some DB. Okay, you should have some DB knowledge also. Tell me some databases. MySQL is there, SQL Server is there, MongoDB is there, Cassandra, DB2. Okay, like this, multiple databases are there. As part of our course, we are going to discuss like you should learn MongoDB or not. Yes or no? Now, once you have some knowledge on Node.js and MongoDB, you created your Node application, which is communicated with my database. Okay, now tell me how my React application is going to communicate with the okay, communicate with my database. But in between middleware, how my React application communicate with my Node application using which concept? Which concept?
Ajax.
Using Ajax, right? You should learn Ajax. You should learn Ajax. Okay, we are going to discuss like XML HTTP request, fetch, or anxious. Okay, now my React application communicate with my Node application, or my client application communicate with my server application, or my front end application communicate with my back end application. Terminology wise, what we can say? Request. So my React requested to my Node, can you insert this data in the database? My Node take the request and perform that operation and give the response back or not? Yes or no? So how my React application receive the response? Which concept? Using Ajax only. So Ajax used for what? To send a request and receive the response or not. The response may be success or failure. That is next level. Now, once you get the response, what you have to do? What you have to do? That response you have to show to the end user, right? If you not show to this guy, okay, who is the user, how you can come to know like the user registered successfully or not? So you should have to render the content in the browser or not, that is dynamically or not. You should know, okay, render content, content, some text, whatever it is, render some content in the browser or not. You should know this concept also or not. So binding the data, okay, render the data, render the data inside the browser, this concept also you know or not. If you know these concepts, you can simply develop one simple registration form or not. Yes or no? See, again, I'm telling these concepts only you have to learn in Angular. If your application is like Angular, okay, how to create the components in Angular, you have to learn. How to handle the events in Angular, you have to learn. Take the data from the input controls, you have to create the form, okay, in Angular and validate. You can use JavaScript. Node is common for all backend. Okay, MongoDB is common, and my Ajax there has some modules of that HTTP module like that. Okay, using modules in Angular, you can communicate and you can get the data, and we have the two-way binding. Just you can bind the data. That's it. If it is like an Angular, got my point? Okay. Okay then. Now once you registered, okay, now you can come back. You can come back. Now you are going to sign in. Once you sign in, you are going to land, right? Okay, that means if the username and password is correct, you can go to home page or not. Now tell me, my requirement is, for example, I want to develop this. Okay, I want to develop this kind of template. Now tell me what you want me to do. What is your thought if you want to develop this kind of template? Come on, if you observe here, okay, this one card, okay, this is one card. Here one image is there, here some text is there, that is like 2 lines of text only or not for every card? Yes, no? Come on, now tell me, if you want to develop this kind of template, you have 4 cards. In future there has 400 cards also, this kind of items. Then that time you want me to create 400 components, or you want me to create one component with this design, and you want me to iterate that particular component 400 times? Which one is recommended one? Come on, first of all, you have to prepare the template, right? In the browser some content loaded is nothing but, okay, that content you have to develop using React. In React, if you want to prepare the content, how you can prepare? In React, if you want to prepare the templates, which concept is there? In React, if you want to prepare the templates, which concept is there? Components concept, right? So that you have to create one component or not. You have to create one component. Now this time, that component you used, this is the component, one card component like this. In my card component, what we have? In my card component, what we have? Come on, in my code component, what we have? We have a text. Okay, this is my header part, and we have an image. In the bottom, sometimes we have a link, sometimes we don't have the link. But if you observe here, look and feel wise, these all cards are like same or not? First, okay, how you decide? I have to go with the component. How you decide? The look and feel, my template is like common. If my template is like same, template is nothing but look and feel wise, the content is like content rendered like a table. But table is like what, 10 times if you want to use. Look and feel wise, all are like tables only, right? My data may be different. Let me show you one thing. Now if you come here, okay, you can take VDS school only. If you come here, see, in the home page, now see, observe here, we have the courses, right? We have the courses. This is one course, this is one course, this is one course. Now look and feel wise, observe, there has one image is there. Okay, there has some text is there, there has 2 buttons are there. Look and feel wise, all the courses are like same or not? Then that time you want me to write the overall, there has 20 courses are there. You want me to write 20 times this code, you want me to create this design or template only one time, you want me to iterate 20 times, which one is recommended one? Come on. Okay, in the browser this content is loaded. This content is loaded. Okay, if you want to develop this content using React, you have to learn components. You already learned. Think like that. So you have to create one course card component or not. You have to create one course card component. In the course card component, okay, you need to place image, and you need to place your course name, and you need to place your duration, and you need to place like two buttons or not. Look and feel wise the content, don't think about the content. That means inside text whatever it is, don't think about that one. Template wise look and feel same or not, first of all check it. Template wise same, just create one component. For that particular template, create one component. To that component you need to pass this data. Okay, for the first course you have to pass this data dynamically. To my second course you have to pass this data dynamically. To my third course you have to pass the data dynamically or not. This time my component is like template is same but my data is different or not. My data, my component content is not static this time, it's like a dynamic or not. Yes or no? When you can go with the component in any programming, okay, any client side technology, React, Angular, or Vue, when you can go with the component means if you see in your form that look and feel wise, look wise, the template is like common, content may be different, may be same, then that time you can go with the component or not. Now, if I see this particular website, I can understand like if it's like React or Angular or Vue, whatever it is, okay, they are going to, this one is like look and feel wise, my template wise is like same look wise. So that I thought like they created one component, they passed the data dynamically to that component or not. Yes or no? Same like that, if you come here, if you come down, okay, now see, now see, okay, it is, there has one card is there. Okay, for example, there has one more card. For example, there has one more card. Okay, that card also looks like this only or not? That card also looks like this only or not? Okay, that means this course card is like what? One component. You pass the data dynamically to that component or not? See, look and feel wise is like same. Look and feel wise, it's like same or not? If you want, real quickly, I will show you that. Now come here. Okay, let me go to schedule. Okay, me activate this. Okay, now if you see the VTS school only, now if you come here, now see, if you come down, observe here, now see. Okay, now by seeing this one, what you can understand? By seeing this one, what you can understand? Come on, by seeing this one, what you can understand? How he developed this one? They created like one schedule card or not. Course schedule card is nothing but template wise this one and this one look wise same or not. So that they created one component. That component content is static or dynamic? That component content is static or dynamic? Now here the course name is MERN stack. Here the course name is like build an AI powered React app with Gemini API. And this course name and this course name is different. Time is different. The content, everything is like different, right? So that my look and feel. See, this is like a card. Okay, there has some gradient color is there and height and width is there. Everything is like template wise, look wise same, but the content is different. Okay, my look wise same, my content also same. Then the term also you can go with what? Component or not. Understood, right? When you can go with the component. Yes or no? Got my point?
Yes.
Now you can come here. Okay, see. Look wise same or not? See here. Look wise same or not? Here. Look wise same or not? Template is same or not? But the content, if you observe, here the content up to 75% offer. Okay, here the content up to 75, 70%, up to 60%. Here the images are different. Here there has some link is there. Sometimes you don't have the link. Okay, content is different, but the template is common or not, same or not. In this case, can I go with what? In this case, can I go with what? Can I go with the component? Yes or no? Okay, can I go with one product component? Okay, one code component, product code. Okay, I'm going to pass this data, this image, and everything is like what, dynamically or not? Yes or no? Okay, if you observe here, everything is like one component only. Did you observe? See this? All are like, most of the times the components are common or not. Okay, here the look and feel is like something different. If the template is different, that's okay. You can go with another component. If the template look wise is same, then the time you can go with one component. That is your wish. Understood or not? Now tell me, here, this particular page only, if I give you to the development purpose, tell me how many components you are going to create. In general, tell me how many components you are going to create. How many components you are going to create? Come
Header,
on.
menu, footer.
Okay, you can go with the header, one component, but header, there are multiple things over there. If you observe, okay, this is one thing. The next one is like location. The next one is like search. Okay, see, in the header itself, there has multiple functionalities are there or not? Yes or no? So I don't want to create all is like okay, one component. So see here, for my logo, see, every section I want to create one component. Every section I want to create one component, no problem at all. Any number of components you can create. Okay, if you create multiple components, it's like a loosely coupled. Wherever you want in future, you can use it. This logo, if I create one component, in future logo, if you want to use in another place, directly you can use that component or not. Yes or no? Okay, now the location I'm going to create one component, and the search I want to create one component, and this particular login related and this menu I'm going to create one component, orders one component, cart I'm going to create one component. Like this, multiple components I'm going to create. Okay, all these components I want to keep in one more component, that is like a header component. Yes or no? Logo one component, search is one component, location is one component. The next one is like sign in, orders, and cart. Okay, these all components where you want me to keep inside another component. That is what, header component or not? Yes or no? The next component I'm going to place like a menu component. The next, this is one component. It's a kind of carousel. One carousel component I want to create. Okay, the next one is like, okay, products component I'm going to create. In the products component, just I'm going to add some cards like this, and I'm going to pass the data dynamically to that particular one. Yes or no? Okay, these all are related to products. Based on your requirement, you can change look and feel. Look and feel. Once these products and everything is like displayed, if you come down, okay, here, this one, again, there has a sign in is here. Okay, there has one more component you can create like a sign in. The next one is like back to top. Okay, go top. Okay, this is also one component. The next one is like a footer. This is like one component. Okay, footer, and again, see this Amazon is there. Here also Amazon is there. If this is and this one is like look and feel same, this component I can use directly here or not? In this case, not same. But if it is same, that would help or not? Yes or no? The next one, there has one more footer also there. Okay, that footer component you can create like this. Any page you can take it, that split it, each and every section you can create like one component. Got my point? Understood, everyone? So these are the concepts. Okay, these are the concepts you have to learn. Now let's, okay, let me go to our content. Let me go to our content. Okay, now you can see these concepts all. Now see, now you can understand which concept, what is the purpose. Now, why we go for React? Can anyone answer now? Why we go for React? Very simple question. What is React? React is a library built on top of JavaScript, which is used to prepare some templates, which is rendered inside the browser or not. Which is used to prepare some templates, which is rendered inside the browser. Whenever that is rendered inside the browser, my end user is going to, okay, connect with that or not. Just create the user interface. Create an user interface which is running inside the browser or not. Yes or no? Now, see why we go for how to prepare the templates. One word answer using components. We are going to learn. If you don't know components, how we can prepare the templates, how we can prepare the content, you should know how to create the components. How to handle the events, you should know how to handle the events, click, okay, change, blur, focus, like this. How to take the data from the input controls, text box, password, radio button, checkbox, text area, file upload, drop down, like this. Okay, I want to bind the data. If I data changed, I want to bind it, I want to maintain the data. Okay, for example, message, first time no message. Once you send a request and get the response, that response I want to show it, so that I want to maintain the data in my component as like a state or prop, maintain the data. Now, first time, okay, there is no error message, but once I get the response, I got some message, successfully saved, not successfully. You have to update those values or not. Yes or no? You have to update those values. The next one, communication between components. I already told, one component you created, you have to pass the data to the component dynamically or not. Yes or no? That means you have to communicate and you have to pass the data or not. Okay, now parent to child to parent, like this, different hierarchies are there. Okay, this is also to communicate purpose only we are going to use. Communicate. This is also for what purpose we are going to use. This is also for what purpose we are going to use. Communication purpose only we are going to use. The next one is like how to handle ajax. Okay, how to handle ajax? If you know, my client application is going to communicate with whom? Server application, right? So if you want to communicate with the server application, first of all, server application you have to build or not. How you can build the server application? Using Node.js. My server application is going to communicate with whom? MongoDB, right? Database, we are going to use like a DB here. Okay, database here. The next one is like one component you created. Okay, you created one component, means the component born. Okay, some certain time it is going to die, in between there has some cycle, right? Okay, that is nothing but component life cycle. Okay, how it is going to work? Component life cycle. Okay, you created a component. Okay, you are going to destroy that component, how it is going to, okay, how many cycles are there? The next one is like lists and keys. Lists and keys, this is the concept, okay, we are going to use like reusability. See here, if you come here, you created a list of cards or not? You created one card only, but you prepare dynamically a four components list of components or not? Okay, it may be 4, it may be 400, whatever it is. Okay, how we can prepare, how we can iterate my card 4 times or 400 times? We have one concept is there, that is like a lists and keys is my concept. Okay, reusability. Okay, see, my component you created, you reused multiple places or not? It is nothing but a reusable component or not? If you take this one only, if you come here, if you take this one, okay, it's a kind of reusability one. See, in the home, I have the component. Okay, I have this component. Okay, now the same component I used in the schedule also. Did you observe this? Same component is nothing but what? You created a component only one time, you reuse it in multiple places or not? How many places you want? Yes or no? That is nothing but a reusability. Now, if you come here, how to apply the styles dynamically? Okay, I want to apply some CSS dynamically based on my requirement. The next one is like routing. Routing is nothing but, see, now I'm in the home page, home to about to course, course to schedule, one page to another page. Navigation is nothing but routing. How to handle the routing in React? Okay. The next one is like conditional rendering. Okay, now if you come here, see more is visible to this card, but see more is not visible to this card. That means based on some condition, I want to render some data. I want to, okay, hide some data. That means based on the condition, I want to render. Okay, now here see more is visible, here not see more visible. That means here not visible, here visible. That means my see more is rendered based on some conditions or not? Yes or no? That is nothing but conditional rendering. The next one is like Bootstrap and React Bootstrap. Okay. Now, if you come here, now see, this is look and feel wise, it is fit for this particular resolution, means it's like a which kind of application. Okay, it's like a responsive web application, responsive designing or not, it's like a responsive or not. How we can develop these responsive websites? If it is like a mobile, if I open, okay, the application look and feel like this. Okay, if it is like a desktop, if I open, the application is looks like this, it is like a responsive or not. How we can develop the responsive web pages? Bootstrap, React, Bootstrap, and Material UI can use it. I want to apply some CSS. Okay, the CSS, this is the one. Okay, the props already we discussed, managing the data in the component. Higher order components, this is one kind of component. Okay, the next one is like once you created an application, I want to test it, right? As a developer, that is testing. Now, okay, once your application development is completed, QE is going to test. Instead of QE, can you write automation tests? You can write it. Okay, and libraries, if you have, if you want, okay, Bootstrap library is there, somebody created. If you want to create your own libraries, yes, you can create. Now in the React, there has multiple, okay, hooks. Nowadays people are using like functional components only. Hooks are very very important. These hooks we are going to discuss. The next one, okay, the end-to-end application we are going to discuss, like, okay, DML operations we are going to perform. The weekend workshops we are going to take like one day, Git, Jira and JavaScript topics we are going to discuss, and Jenkins and Docker. Okay, just I want to deploy my code, deploy the React application in AWS and Azure. Okay, this kind of stuff we are going to discuss in the workshop sessions. Okay, so this is our overall content. If you learn this one, you can simply develop one simple web application which is running inside the browser, and we can develop, deploy that application. You can share that URL or domain to outside people, they can view your application finally. Got my point? Any questions, anyone, regarding this content or any other? You got some idea, right? This particular okay, topic, okay, today what we discussed, this is not only for React, this is for any client side technology, any client side technology. Okay, if you have a requirement, you have to proceed like this one. Okay, instead of React, you can go with the Angular. Okay, same concepts are there in the Angular also, Vue also, the same concepts are there. Okay, you can decide which one you want. Okay. Okay then. So tomorrow and after tomorrow, no sessions. So Monday onwards, we are going to start our first okay, concept, how to prepare the templates in React. Okay, today I am going to stop. Tomorrow and after tomorrow, if you have time, okay, if you have knowledge on HTML, CSS, that's okay. If you don't have HTML, CSS knowledge, just you can go through. I already shared one document. Okay, use the document. Okay, in the document you can find one link, YouTube link. There HTML, CSS you can find. Otherwise, you can go to uijavakit.com. This is our own website. Okay, just you can, okay, go through HTML and CSS here. You can go through HTML and CSS here. Okay, let me share this with you. Most of the people knows this site. Just you can go to HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Okay, first concept, variables and methods. Okay, functions you can learn. Okay, whenever the JavaScript topic is required for my React, I'm going to explain. At the same time, okay, we are going to take like workshop sessions in JavaScript. Okay, array methods we are going to take. Okay, next weekend we have one workshop session, fourth, that is related to React application with Gemini AI. Okay, that is different. Okay, next after that we are going to take like some JavaScript sessions, promises and local storage and session storage and cookies, browser storages we are going to take one day. The next one is like all array methods. Okay, take one day. All string methods take one day. Okay, like this. What concepts are required? Oops, one day, like that. Okay, agreed. Now, anyway, you have an idea JavaScript, right? On JavaScript, right? Just go to this website. If you have an idea, just go to this website. Okay, just write some programs here. Write program. Okay, if you don't have an account, just you can create an account, register here. You can get the password to your email id. Okay, just come here. Here you can see one program like this. Create a promise object which should return a success response. Get that success response using then another way using await. Another way using await. That is the program you can write, and you can run the program here itself, and you can comment it. Whenever you comment, okay, remaining people can see your answer. Okay, not only JavaScript. If you are okay, you can go with the Python program also. Okay, if you have knowledge on Java, you can go with the Java. Java we are going to add. Okay, these are the programs you can write. Not only this website. Now, see, in the Kalam schools only more from us is there. Na? Go to write test. Go to write test. Same username and password you can use here. Same username and password, and click on the login. You can see one more program, JavaScript program here. Kalam schools, it's like basic. Write test, it's like a medium level. So this program you can write. Okay, where you can write? See here, write program is there. No? Okay, here you can write the program. Here also same. Okay, Python and Java. Okay, at this moment you don't have, but we are going to add in few weeks. Okay, for now JavaScript you can write it, and here you can write the test. Okay, now HTML and CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript and React, Angular. Okay, these all you can write the test. You can write the test. Up to here we have the questions. Now we are going to add remaining, so you can write the test on daily basis. Whenever you get like 20 out of 20, just you can stop writing the test. Okay, it's like we have the time also. Within 300 seconds you have to complete that one. Okay, this is one. The next one is like, go to Kalam schools, go to more from us. There has your post is there. Same username and password you can use it. Okay, now here one more program you can see. One more program. This is like high level. Kalam schools low, right test medium. Your post is like high level. Now here you can see, you can practice. Okay, it's a kind of what you know, hacker ranker, you know, right? Okay, some of the code they already written, some of the code you have to fill it. See, go to the variables. Here this much code they written, something is missing. That missing code you have to assume and you have to write here. The missing code, the output should come. That output should come without any errors like this. Okay, we have some React, we have some, okay, JavaScript programs are there. We are going to add JavaScript programs more. Okay, React, okay, there has 22, we are going to add like 30. Okay, like that you can use your post. Okay, so Kalam schools, you can go, you can find all the links here. You can find all the links here. And the next thing is like, go to the notes. Go to the notes. Okay, our sessions are like MERN stack, right? Okay, here I'm going to add one more link here, that is like a MERN. Okay, if you go to that MERN stack, if you go to that MERN stack, here you can see all your running notes. So for whatever we discussed in the class, that running notes I'm going to add here. You can download the running notes from here. And programs we are going to discuss in the class, right? Okay, that programs I'm going to upload on daily basis, you can download from here. Okay, got my point? These are the websites, okay, frequently we are going to use. Okay, uijavakit.com, Kalam schools, your post and write test. Okay, so if you know Kalam schools address, everything you can navigate from here, more from us. Okay, now any questions, anyone? No? Okay, then you can complete HTML and CSS. Okay, Monday onwards we can resume. Okay, our first program we can write hello world program using React. Okay, thank you guys, thanks for joining, bye.